So I was like, defects? And I looked up at D, and he looked at me, and the lady was just like, yeah, we got a call. Somebody said that you were being abused in a home and that we need to do a welfare check on your kids because you have some things going on with your kids. She was just like, are your kids at home right now? Are you at home right now? I said, well, I'm on my way to go pick up my oldest son. I'm like, but my baby boy, he is with his dad. Today is the day for him to be with his dad. And she was just like, okay, so I'm about to come to the house. Are you at the house? I'm like, we're picking up my son, we're about to be to the house. She's like, all right, well, I'm about to come to your house. And she gave me my address. She says, this is the address. And I was just like, yes. She said, I want to check on the child that you have there. And then I'm going to go out and check on your other child. You said he's with his dad. And I was like, yeah. And she asked me where he stayed. And I gave her that address. So I got off the phone, and D looking at me, he was like, what the fuck going on? I was like, somebody called defects. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, somebody called defects. They said like abuse in the home, and they need to do a welfare check on my kids. He was like, who would call defects? I'm like, I said, I don't know who would call defects. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I hadn't told anybody about our fights except for your dad. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, and why are my kids being brought into this? So we go pick up Jackson, and we're still talking about like who could have possibly called defects, because I'm trying to figure out like how did defects get involved. And we get to the house, and about an hour went by, and the lady pulled up in the driveway, and she knocked on the door. I opened it, and she was like, hi, I'm Miss Pam. I spoke to you earlier. Like, I just need to ask you a few questions and lay eyes on the kid. And I was like, okay, well, the child. And I was like, oh, okay. And she came in, and I was just like, so what did they say? She was like, well, we just got a call that said that you and your boyfriend are possibly fighting in front of the kids, and they are in fear for the kids' safety, and also that your son never has a haircut, and he goes to school with his clothes wrinkled. And I'm like, he ain't got no haircut. He go to school with his clothes wrinkled. I'm like, what? She was like, yeah. So she sat me down, and she was just like, so what's going on in the house? I'm like, well, I don't know what any of that is about. I'm like, we're not fighting. We don't fight in front of the kids. We don't fight at all. So I don't know where that came from. And I was like, but y'all get calls about kids not having haircuts and their clothes being wrinkled? I'm like, I don't remember seeing him in school with his clothes wrinkled. I'm like, yeah, he don't always get a haircut right away because his hair grow fast, but I don't see him in school with his clothes wrinkled. But you don't call defects for haircuts and wrinkled clothes. So she ended up talking to Jackson, and everything was fine in her eyes. She was just like, okay, well, I was just doing my welfare check. I'll go write my report. It looks like everything is fine here. And then she was like, well, we're gonna have to go and talk to your other son, and then we'll write a report and we'll give you a call. And I was just like, okay. She was like, but from what I'm seeing, everything's fine. I think it was just someone that was very concerned. And I was like, someone that was very concerned. I was like, and you said they said something about my haircuts, about my kids having haircuts. And she was like, yeah. I was like, that sound like my mom. That sound like my mom. Because my mom is always complaining when my son don't have that. That's the first thing she says. Them boys need a haircut. The first thing she says. So I'm like, was that my mom? And she's like, well, we're not allowed to tell you who made the report or anything. And I'm just like, okay, all right. And then she left. When she left, D looked at me. He's like, yo, did your mom call defect, Slim? I was like, I don't know. But haircuts just sound like something my mom would say. Like it does. So he was like, call her. I was like, I am. Give me a minute. He was like, call your mama right now. I'm like, all right. So I called my mom. Yes, my mom was on speakerphone. I was like, Hey, Mom. D standing over looking at me. And she was like, what you want, Kiana? I was like, did you call defects on me? She was like, what you talk about? I was like, defects just came to the house to do a welfare check. And they mentioned that my kids didn't have haircuts and they go to school with their clothes wrinkled. And I was asking who could have filed the report, and they said they couldn't tell me. But the haircuts, I'm like, that sounds like something my mama would say. So I'm like, did you call defense? She's like, I sure damn did. I sure damn did. Because you up there, you up there, we don't hear from you as much as we used to hear from you. You don't come home as much as you used to come home. Like, something's going on with you. Like, yes, I called defects. Something was going on with you. And he was like, and you know your sister Raven, when they came up there, your sister Raven came in and she told me that it was holes all in the wall there. And and just how he just acted when he pulled up to the house. Something's going on, Kiana. And I'm just like, but you asked me. She was like, well, we did ask you. And you keep saying it's nothing. And I was like, but don't bring the kids into, like, I'm sitting up there about to cry. And D looking at me like, you did not. And I'm just like, hey, Mama, these the kids. I'm like, if you feel some type of way about me not coming home or like me not calling y'all as much, I'm like, you know where I stay. You can always just come up here. Like, you know where I stay. And she was just like, you just need to make better decisions. You making real stupid decisions right now. Real stupid decisions right now. And he was like, hang up the phone. I mean, I'm like, I'm literally on the verge of crying because I'm just like, Mama, like, you don't even realize what you're doing right now. In my head, I'm just like no, like I was trying to fix like the strain that that I saw was happening, and I'm just like, God, my Mom, you adding fuel to the fire right now. She's like, what do you mean? I'm just like, nothing, and I hung up the phone. When I hung up the phone, my sister Raven called me, cussing me out, telling me I'm stupid. Like, that man ain't even got no goddamn job. He ain't got no job. He ain't got no car. And you doing all this. I know he put his hands on you. I know he putting his hands on you. You ain't got a lot of me. I know. I seen all the holes in the wall. And I'm just like, Raven, shut the fuck up. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Because for one, you don't go and tell Mama shit. You come talk to me because you know how she is. I'm like, you know how she is. I'm like, and the fact that defects is now involved and y'all don't understand that defects has now go talk to Carter's dad. Y'all don't even understand what I've been going through with Carter's dad. I'm like, y'all know, but y'all don't understand what I've been going through with Carter's dad. And y'all gonna call defects and now he's alerted? I'm like, y'all don't even understand what y'all just did to me. And I'm like, you know what, Raven? Fuck you. I'm like, do not call my phone no more. Like, no, I'm done fucking talking to you. And I ended up blocking my sister. I ended up blocking Raven at that moment. And yeah, so after those phone conversations, about an hour or so went by, and I got a call back from the defects lady, and she was just like, she made contact with Carter. She looked at him. He's all good, but your baby father had something to say, some things to say that we're going to take into consideration. I was like, what did he say? He was like, well, he said that Carter be coming home with bruises. I was like, Carter be coming home with bruises? I'm like, Carter's real, as you see, Carter is real light skinned. I'm just like, him and Jackson, they wrestle and they play a lot. These bruises are pretty much just from regular kids being kids, if he have any bruises. And she was like, well, I didn't see any bruises on him. And his dad said that he'll just start documenting when he see bruises on him. And I'm just like, he only just telling you that because you had to go to him and tell him that a report was filed. Like, ain't no bruises on my child. He ain't been touching my child. He ain't been touching me. He ain't been touching my kids. I'm like, I don't even know what y'all talking about right now. Ain't no bruises been on my son. Because at the time, Carter was 2. He was 2 years old. And she was just like, yeah. And he said that Carter told him that he seen Darian put his hands on you. And I'm just like, that never happened. I'm like, that never happened.